Okay, today I'm showing you Balux. He's a pretty small Minecraft YouTuber with around 2.5k subscribers, and he's from the Demise SMP. And he personally asked me to build him, so here I am. Anyways, the blocks you need are black concrete, black wool, black powder, gray concrete, gray wool, gray powder, cyan terracotta, light gray concrete, light blue wool, light blue powder, clay block, white concrete, white powder, white wool, and string or bare black. I prefer string. Okay, those are all the blocks you need, so pause now to grab all of them. Okay, the first 9 blocks you need is your black concrete to your light blue concrete, so grab that now. To start off your build, get your gray powder and just place 1. Just like so. To the right of it, place a light gray concrete, then a cyan terracotta, then 2 gray powder, then a cyan terracotta, then a light gray concrete, then a gray powder, just like so. Go in 3 black concrete from both ends, and then place 2 black wool in the middle. On top of both black wools, place 1 gray concrete, just like so. On both gray concretes, go up 2 columns of 3 gray wool, just like so. On either side of the sides of the gray concrete, go out 2 gray wool. Make a square of gray powder on top of the gray wool on the tippy top, giving you an appropriate shape, or upside down capital T, whichever one you think about. On both gray powders, go up 2 columns of the gray wool. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go across 2 gray concrete on top of that. And on the sides of the gray concrete on top, place 1 gray wool. Okay, on the innermost columns, go up 1 full column of gray powder, just like so. Okay, on the ends, go up 2 gray powder and go in 1 closest to the body, just like so. Okay, on the next closest column of the body, get your cyan terracotta and go all the way up to the max height that we have set by the gray powder. So go all the way up to the same height as the gray powder, pretty much. Okay, and next, get your gray powder on the last columns and go all the way up and then go over towards the body to fill in the blank. Just like so, and with that, the front of Luke's legs is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now go on the side. To start off, get your black concrete and go across 3. On the far right corner, place the gray concrete, and then 2 gray powder. The next 12 row is all cyan terracotta. The next 12 row is gray powder. The next 12 row is cyan terracotta. In the bottom left corner, place the gray powder, and then to the right, place 2 cyan terracotta. Place the gray powder in the bottom right, and to the left of it, 2 cyan terracotta. Place cyan terracotta on the far left column. In the 2 middle columns, go all the way up with the gray powder. In the last column, go all the way up with your cyan terracotta. That's the side of Luke's legs done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now go on the other side. The other side is a mirrored copy of this, so if you just want to pause, look at that, and skip ahead, you can do that. Okay, so off, get your black concrete and go across 3. Place the gray concrete in the bottom left. Place 2 gray powder to the right of it. Then 3 cyan terracotta on the next row. Then 3 gray powder on the next row. Then 3 cyan terracotta on the next row. In the bottom right, place the gray powder, and to the left of it, place 2 cyan terracotta. In the bottom left, place the gray powder, and to the right of it, place 2 cyan terracotta. Place cyan terracotta on the far right, and the 2 middle columns go all the way up to the gray powder, just like so. On the far right, place all cyan terracotta at the tippy top, just like so. Okay. Get your black concrete and go all the way across. Okay, then go in 2 cyan terracotta from both ends, and go up 1 on the closest one to the middle. Okay, place the gray powder in the middle with a square, and light gray concrete in the indents. On top of both the light gray concretes, go up 2 cyan terracotta, then pop out 1 on the top block closest to the body. Okay, on the one closest to the middle, pop up 1 cyan terracotta. Then place the light gray concrete in those indents. Okay, in the bottom left and right corners, place gray powder, then 2 gray wool to connect it, then a square of gray powder on top of it. On top of both of those gray powders, place 1 gray wool. Go in 2 gray powder from both ends. Okay. On the 2 gray wool in the middle, go up 2 columns of 3 gray powder, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now connect the two gray powders by placing a block between them, like so. On top of the gray powder on tippy top, go across 2 gray wool, and then 2 gray powder, like so. On the farthest column to the outside, go up 2 cyan terracotta, then 2 light gray concrete, and then 1 cyan terracotta, like so. On the next column, go up 3 cyan terracotta, and then 1 light gray powder, gray powder, like so. That's the back of the Luke's legs done. Pause if you need to. Okay, and now you can go on to this front side. Start off, on the far corners, place 1 gray concrete. On top of the gray concrete, go up 2 gray wool. Next column over, go up 2 gray wool. On the far right, place 1 gray concrete, and on the far left, go in 2 gray concrete. You can place a black powder in that 1 gap down. Okay, you can put away all your blacks now, or replace it with your light blue wool, light blue powder, and your string, or barrett block, whichever one you chose. Okay, go to his right arm where it would be. On the top of this gray powder, go up 2 string like so. Then place 2 light blue powder on top of it. To the left of it, place 2 light blue wool. On the next row, go across 2 light blue wool, a light blue powder, and a light blue wool. Okay, and now for his left arm, pop out 2 light blue wool, place a light string or barrett block underneath, a light blue powder, and a light blue wool. Place 2 light blue wool going over the next row, then light blue wool, then light blue powder, just like so. Okay. On top of the black powder in the middle, place a gray concrete, then 3 gray wool on top of that, then 2 gray concrete. On the top of gray concrete, pop out 1 to the right, and then 2 to the left. Okay. The second one from the left, right here, go for 1 gray concrete, giving you that shape. Get your light blue concrete, and on the tippy point of this gray concrete, go 4. On the far right of it, to the next column over, go 5 light blue concrete, just like so. Once done, you can drop your light blue concrete. Okay, you grab your clay block now, and place 1 on the corners of the hands closest to the body. Just like so. Okay. Next, on top of the far right clay, and the far left one, place 1 gray bowl. Okay, then place the gray concrete on top of that gray bowl, and move in 1 towards the body. Okay, and now on the tip of the sides of the gray concrete, place 1 gray bowl. Now get your gray powder and fill it all the way up to that gray wall. Just like so. Okay, and it should look something like this. Okay, go back to where this blue light blue concrete is, which is its tie, and where this gray concrete is, place the light blue gray powder. And on the top and to the left of it, place the gray concrete. Okay, now place no gray powder right there. A gray wool on top of it, and a light gray concrete on top of that. To the left of the light gray concrete, place a gray wool and go up 1. Okay, go to the far right of this gray concrete right here, place a gray powder, on top and to the right of it, place a gray concrete, and place a gray powder in that corner, a gray wool on top of it, and a light gray concrete on top of that. To the right of the light gray concrete, place a gray wool and go up 1. Just like so. Giving you this shape. Okay. To the right of the light gray, to the gray wool on the far right, place a gray concrete, go down 3. Where it reaches the 2 gray wool right here, move in 1, like so. And do the same to the opposite side. Left of the gray wool, place 1 gray concrete, then go down 3. And where it reaches the gray wool, move in 1. Okay. On the far right, go up 3 gray wool, and go down 2 gray wool in the next column over. On the far left, go up 3 gray wool, and then go down 3 gray wool. Okay, and now get your gray powder and fill in the gaps. Just like so. Okay, next, just put away a few blocks for a moment. Just put away your light blue, I guess. And grab your whites. Okay, next to the clay blocks, place a white concrete. Next to the white concrete, place a white powder. Next to the white powder, place a white wool. Just like so. Now go to the top of this tie, and the bottom indents, place a white concrete, and fill those 3 block gaps in with white wool. Just like so. Okay. Grab your gray powder and go across 3 for both sides on the arms. Just like so. Then go across 3 gray wool on top of that. For both sides. Okay, and across. Okay. The next 2 columns closest to the arm, to the body I guess it should say, go up 2 gray powder for both arms. Just like so. All the way up. And all the way up. Okay, next get your cyan terracotta and go all the way up except for the top block. And then place a gray powder on the top block for both arms. All the way up and a top block with gray powder. And with that, the front Luke's is done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now we go on the side of his arm. Start off, get your string or bear block. Place it underneath right here. You get your light blue powder. Go up 2 on top of it. Okay, get your light blue wool, go across 2 on the bottom, then 2 light blue powder on top of it, just like so. Get your white wool and go across 4. In the bottom left corner, place a gray wool, then go across 2 gray powder. In the bottom left corner, place a gray powder, then a gray wool, then a gray powder. Go across 3 gray wool, gray powder on the next row. Okay, make a square of cyan terracotta in the middle. Okay, on the far right corner, go up 2 like a concrete. Then cyan terracotta, and then a gray powder. Next column over, go up 3 cyan terracotta, then a gray powder. And the last column, go all the way up to your gray powder. Just like so. Okay, now go underneath the hand, get your light blue wool, and go in 2 columns of 3, or 2 rows of 3 I guess I should say, and just fill it in. Just like so. Do the same for the other hand, go in 2 rows of 3 for the underneath. Okay, get your light blue wool, move across 1, your string and bear block underneath, a light blue powder on top of it, same over, another string and bear block, and light blue powder on top of it. Then go across the full row of light blue powder on top of that. Okay, go across the 4 row of white wool, and a full row of gray powder. Go in 2 gray wool from the right. Go up 2 gray powder in that gap, and go across 2 gray powder on the right. Make a square of cyan terracotta in the middle. On the far left, go up 2 like a concrete, a cyan terracotta, and a gray powder. Next column over, go up 3 cyan terracotta, a gray powder. In the far right column, go all the way up to the gray powder, just like so. That's the side of Luke's done. Pause if you need to. Okay, now you go on to his backside. Start off, let's finish off the hands. On the far right, get your light blue wool, and go across 3, and go up 1 on the far end. In this 2 block gap, place your light blue powder. Okay. Get your light blue wool, and on the far right, go in 2. Place a string of bear block underneath, and place light blue powder. Okay, on the far left and right, place the light blue wool, and in the indent, place the light blue powder, just like so. Okay, next to the white wool, place a white powder. Next to the white powder, place a white concrete. And next to the white concrete, place a clay block, just like so. Once done, you can drop all your whites and the clay. Let's reorganize the inventory now. Move this over. Move that there, that there. Okay. The inventory should look something like this. Okay, we'll start off by finishing off the hands first. Start off on top of the clay blocks, place 1 gray wool on the left side. And place a gray concrete on top of that. Then 3 gray wool on top of that. Then 4 gray concrete on top of that. Okay. Go across 2 gray powder in the next row. Then 2 gray wool. Then 2 gray powder. These last 2 columns right here, fill all the way up the top height with gray wool. Just like so. Okay, move over to his other arm. Go across 2 gray wool, then 1 gray concrete on top of the clay block. On top of the gray concrete, go up 3 gray wool, then 5 gray concrete. Just like so. Go back to the bottom, go across 2 gray powder, and the 2 middle columns go all the way up to the gray wool, just like so. Okay. Go to the bottom of the body now. On the far left, place the gray concrete. On the far right, go in through gray concrete. On the far left, go up 2 gray wool, and go across 2 gray wool towards the middle. Okay, place a gray wool in this corner to connect them with a staircase shape. On these bottom indent right here, place a gray concrete on the left side and a gray wool on the right side. On top of the middle gray concrete, go up 2 gray wool, and a light gray concrete on top of that. Just like so. Once done, you can drop your light gray concrete. On the far right column, go up 2 gray powder, and a cyan terracotta on top. Okay. On the far right, on this 3 row right here, get your gray wool and go across. Go up 1 on the far right end. And place a gray concrete on top of that. In this bottom indent right here, place a gray powder. Okay. On the far left column, get your gray powder and go all the way up to the second concrete on the 4 stack. Okay, and then place a gray wool on top of that, and then a gray concrete on top of that. Just like so. Okay, on the far right column, place a gray wool, then cyan terracotta, then a gray powder, then 2 gray wool, then a gray concrete, then a gray powder, and then cyan terracotta, just like so. Go to the top left corner, get your gray wool and go down 3. On the bottom gray wool, go across 1 and go up 1. Place a gray powder on top of that. To the right of that gray powder, go across 2 gray wool, and in this corner right here, connect the 2 gray wools by placing another gray wool. On the far right gray wool, connect it to the right with 2 gray concrete, and then go down 2 gray concrete, giving you this fancy 4 shape. Okay? Get your, on the next column over, get your gray wool, and go all the way up to max height, just like so. On the far right, go across 2 gray powder, and get your gray powder and go all the way up except for the last block. Actually, except for the last 2 blocks. So, so right here are the square of gray wool, right here in this last row. Okay? In the top right corner, place the gray wool, just like so. Okay? Get your cyan terracotta and go all the way up to this row of gray powder right here. It's filled all the way up. Okay, and do 1 more row of cyan terracotta on top of that. And this final 3 block gap filled in with gray powder, just like so. That's the back of Luke's done. Pause if you need to. Okay, the top of the shoulders are pretty simple. There's gray concrete, move it all the way to the end. And in the square gap in the middle, filled in with gray powder, placing blocks underneath. Just like so. And with that, we can move on to his head. Start off, you can drop all your blacks, all your grays, not the blacks. You need the blacks still. Just like so. And to make this simple, just get your stringer bear block and just go across 2 rows underneath on the top row of the body. Just like so for the back and the front of the head. Okay, that's the front done, now the back. Okay, for the front row of the head, go in 3 light blue wool right here, then light blue powder, then 4 light blue wool, just like so. Okay, in the bottom left corner, place the light blue powder, then 7 light blue wool. Okay, on the far right column, go up 2 light blue wool, then 2 light blue powder, then 3 light blue wool. Just like so. Okay, on the far left column, place a light blue wool, 4 light blue powder, a light blue wool, and a light blue powder. Get your black concrete, go in 2 from both ends. Then 2 black wool. And then 2 black powder, just like so. Once done, you can drop your blacks. Okay, in the middle, go across 2 light blue wool. On the far right, get your light blue wool and go all the way up to your max height, which is 6 blocks. Okay, in the bottom left in the middle, place a light blue powder, and then go all the way up your light blue wool. On top of his right eye, on the far right column, go all the way up your light blue wool. And the next column I guess his left eye actually. Place the light blue wool, then light blue powder, and then 2 light blue wool. Okay, on the far left column of his right eye, place the light blue wool, light blue powder, and then 2 light blue wool. Next column, light blue powder, 3 light blue wool, just like so. Okay, now move on to the side of his head. Start off, get your light blue wool, go across 2, and basically place some block right here. Get your light blue powder and go across 4. Okay, on the far left, go up 3 light blue powder, and place the light blue powder in that corner right there. Okay, on the far left stack, go up a light blue wool, then 2 light blue powder, and then light blue wool. On the top light blue wool, connect it all the way to the far right, just like so. On the next row, on the bottom, go across light blue wool all the way. On the next far left column, go up 2 light blue wool, a light blue powder, and 2 light blue wool. On the next column on the far left, go up a light blue wool, a light blue powder, and 3 light blue wool. On the next column over, go up 2 light blue wool, 2 light blue powder, and 1 light blue wool. On the next column over, go up 4 light blue wool, and 1 light blue powder. Next column over, go up a light blue powder, a light blue wool, a light blue powder, and 2 light blue wool. On the last column, go up 1 light blue wool, 1 light blue powder, 1 light blue wool, 1 light blue powder, and 1 light blue wool, just like so. Okay. The back side of his neck, go underneath, place a light blue wool, just like so, light blue powder, and go all the way across your light blue wool now, just like so. Okay, next in the bottom left corner, place light blue wool, then light blue powder on both sides of light blue wool. On the far left, go up 2 light blue wool, 1 light blue powder, and 3 light blue wool. Okay, go back to the bottom row and go all the way across your light blue wool. On the next far left column, go up a light blue wool, a light blue powder, a light blue wool, a light blue powder, a light blue wool, a light blue powder, and a light blue wool. Next column over, go up a light blue wool, a light blue powder twice, a light blue wool, and 3 light blue powder. Okay, next column over, go up a light blue powder, a light blue wool, 4 light blue powder, 1 light blue wool, just like so. Next column over, go up a light blue wool, 3 light blue powder, a light blue wool, 2 light blue powder, and a light blue wool. Next column over, go up a light blue wool, 2 light blue powder, a light blue wool, a light blue powder, a light blue wool, and a light blue powder. Last column, go up 3 light blue powder, 2 light blue wool, 1 light blue powder, and 1 light blue wool, just like so. And onto the final side of his head. Okay, on the far right column, go up a light blue powder, a light blue wool, light blue powder, 4 light blue wool. Go underneath and just place some blocks right here. Next column over, go up 2 light blue wool, light blue powder, 2 light blue wool, 2 light blue powder, 1 light blue wool. Okay, next column, go up a light blue wool, light blue powder, 2 light blue wool, 1 light blue powder, 3 light blue wool. Okay, next column over, a light blue powder, 3 light blue wool, 3 light blue powder, and 1 light blue wool. Next column over, go up a light blue wool, light blue powder, a light blue wool, and all the way up to the height with your light blue, max height with your light blue powder. Okay, next column over, 4 light blue powder, 1 light blue wool, 2 light blue powder. Okay, and now onto the top side of his head. Let's get your light blue wool and go all the way underneath and just do one full cog row of placing block under, each side. Just like so. It'll make life easier. And for this, we're gonna go column by column. Okay. On the far left column, go down 2 light blue wool, 2 light blue powder, 2 light blue wool. Next column, go down 2 light blue wool, 1 light blue powder, 1 light blue wool, 2 light blue powder. Next column, go down 2 light blue wool, 3 light blue powder, 1 light blue wool. Next column, go down 2 light blue powder, 1 light blue wool, 1 light blue powder, 2 light blue wool. Next column, go down 1 light blue powder, 1 light blue wool, 1 light blue powder, 2 light blue wool, 1 light blue powder. Next column over, go down 5 light blue powder, and 2 light blue wool. And with that, Luke's is done. This was a request, and I think I've done a good job at building him. If more Minecraft skins are useful for me to do, I can do it, or at least I can try.